Execute Mr. Exec main boss. Ah, those are the cheats our observers are using. Now I know. That's how they observe so well. Execute main boss. We'll see if Gyro is able to do it that way and just not play the lane. I feel like it's definitely an idea. But you're playing into Rubik and Dawnbreaker. I feel like the two of them can... Let's just say it's a very volatile lane.
Okay. Okay, we'll have to pay attention to that lane then, in particular, and see how it's gonna fare. I think the other side lane as well with the DK Warlock, that seems very, very easy to play. For I mean, DK, great laner, Warlock with all the sustain. You're kind of similar to the Dragon Knight in a way where you can kind of chuck Fatal Bonds down. It's a bit difficult to fight into it, so that kind of seems like this lane down bottom should be pretty chill for both cores, no?
I think so. I think so too. Like, how do you pressure a Dragon Knight with a Warlock behind? Meanwhile, Warlock, I feel like people don't even go for Shadow Word a lot. They just max out Fatal Bonds and Upheaval, and they pressure the lane with those. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they're able to actually pressure the Beast instead. I'm not sure. Like, Warlock isn't really the most popular pick, but he can definitely make a difference in the lane. And like you said, this bot lane shouldn't be... It should be a snooze fest. Mid lane is...
Mid lane... Should see how it goes. I think the one thing for me is the fact, like, Sanctity... When I was covering him a lot in Southeast Asia, probably I think his best hero was the Ember. So I've always been very impressed. I know this matchup has gone like back and forth for quite some time in regards to... It usually was like a little bit favored for Storm, maybe like 55-45, but it was definitely like a skill-based matchup. So we'll see if Sanctity is going to be comfortable or not. And of course, we'll have to pay attention to how our side lanes are going to shape up as well. Discussions on how this one will fare. So far, looking pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. I mean, definitely we're going to be waiting for the levels, though. That is the ultimate thing. Currently top, I mean, they're in a great position. Again, this tends to happen, though, with the Flak Cannon. Always going to naturally shove the lane out. They unfortunately do not have the small camp to play with. The Ancient Apparitions still haven't dewatered just yet. They're not going to be able to shove with the Flak Cannon and then look to try and drag the wave back.
I'm back. The wave is back and I'm back. What happened so far? Anything crazy in the lanes?
You chill. Literally nothing. Perfect time for the net to drop. You fix your net quick. What's going on? If my net goes down, I'm out for a while.
Bro, I don't do anything. I just pray to Gaben.
They get the stun. Bottom on the line. They will. Tries to cut through the trees with the breed fire damage. It's actually not going to be enough. Lion's able to step back.
Yeah, that's the...
No way be able to pressure the DK, but nice harassment.
Yeah, that's something I talked to you about. Like, I do think this Warlock is a bit more aggressive in the lane than he used to be. He's not only the Shadow Word bot anymore. You know, stands behind and just spams Shadow Word. It's a bit different now. Like, you can trade a bit. Even though this lane, I feel like it still should be a snooze fest. Cubify has to be a bit more careful with his Lion positioning.
Lane first
Top
blood.
lane though.
1J.
Yeah, there we go.
Gonna be able to find that Ancient Apparition just under the tower. Nice little snipe from them.
Yeah, always gotta be careful in this lane. Like, you're playing AA. In any lane you need to be careful as Ancient Apparition, but especially versus Rubik and Dawn.
I just noticed the last hits bit. Sanctity is getting absolutely bodied by Mirage. 21-5 compared to the 11-1.
Yeah. I didn't expect this. This is basically a player issue. Like, Storm is strong, of course, right now, especially with static slide, right? Like he's stronger than he used to be into Ember, but doubling up the CS is kind of rough still.
They're not expected. Violent. A bit of a beating down bottom, but of course he will be okay. So one bracer with the null. Low points in the Worm's Wrath.
He's so low mid lane, like they're just keeping on 10% and Cubify as well, dropping low. Has a branch and a tango to eat though. Okay, they made Storm's life a bit harder because they took one water rune and denied the other. So even though he's winning the lane, he's gonna have to go back on bot lane. Still a snooze fest. He's got Styx and a Lotus to work with.
And that other side lane that we were kind of questioning does look like it's going quite well for the Dawnbreaker.
Yep.
Shadow's been able to find a little bit of farm, but I think they had some difficulty with opening up the hard camp and small camp. So they haven't been able to drag the wave back. So this is going to be a really farmed Dawnbreaker.
I feel like this hero is always farmed. Like in this patch, unless she's... Even when she gets really crushed in the lane, I feel like she finds the farm very easily. Because she doesn't have to play with a team. She's always kinda on the outskirts of the map, farming and joining with ulti when needed. So yeah, I actually think that it's very important that L1ga is having a good game as well. Because getting like a blade mail on this hero early on, it means a lot. Like if you get it versus Gyro in particular, right? Like you dish out a lot of damage. He hurts himself.
And then what is that build that we're expecting potentially after from L1ga? Are we wanting some scaling here from the Dawnbreaker?
I'm not even sure. I think like even 90% of the games that we're seeing, even when utility is really good, they don't buy utility. They just go for themselves. They play for their own scaling.
Bottom lane? Is this a kill? Get a little bit more value coming through from the Hawk. Dive will be up in a couple of seconds. The burst from 1J coming through though. Now they're going to look for Boom as well. Telekinesis was still available. Boom will try and TP up with the stuns being lacking. And he will make it.
I love that. He was thinking about approaching him on Dragonite. I think he could have, because there are no axes on the beast. But he ran away instead. Mid lane, Storm.
Mid lane. Stun, Sanctity is going to have the extra fault. That's a gigantic kill considering Storm top last. It's a catapult wave as well, so they're going to be forced to try and glyph to protect it. This will at least stop and minimize some of the damage being dealt into the tower, but some really big rotations from the supports on PuckChamp to try and enable Sanctity.
I'm not sure, like, I think this is one of those games where you're owning the mid lane so hard that you want to play on low HP and you feel too cocky, you know, like you're like, yeah, I'm winning this lane, I don't really care. Look at Ember, by the way, he's thinking about the Wisdom rune, it goes back instead. He was going all the way down to the Wisdom place, but yeah. Storm definitely punished for being cocky. Like, in 9 out of 10 times, if he's playing an even game, he's going back in that situation, but gets caught by the line instead. How's the stacks looking, by the way? How's the stack game, Ares? Hit me with some info.
Not bad, not bad. Guys, Triangle is looking okay. Far Eastern Ancients is not looking very good, though. Looks like Liga got some stacks as well for themselves, but nothing overly crazy.
Yep. Nowhere for Beast to really recover, and he doesn't even have axes maxed out. I mean, you can farm the stacks with axes or beasts. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, he's gonna go for Dominator, by the way, into Overlord on the Beastmaster.
Boom was the one that did that last time, right? I'm almost certain it was him.
I think it's like from game to game. You don't have to do it every game. If you feel like the creep is gonna do a lot and the auras are important, you go for it. If you wanna go Aghanims, you go Ags. I still think both are fine, unless you're playing versus some mega counters.
Surely,
yeah.
Surely we're seeing the Scepter way more often though, right?
Yeah.
We've seen a decent
sure.
amount of the Beastmaster so far, and it was Boom that was the only person that went the Helm of the Overlord in that previous game. Bottom?
Storm.
Mirage. Zip over onto Cubify. He's gonna have to use a little bit more mana to get the kill. Looks like the Rock as well. It's a very early level 6 from Panto. Sanctity is gonna be able to move on down, protected with the shield rune, so there's really gonna be no turn. That'll result in a kill onto a support. Sanctity shield rune has a Spurs though, so
Oh, Storm was waiting for him in the river, but couldn't quite catch him there. So 1-for-1 with the Rock being used. I think this is a W for PuckChamp, right? Like, they're happy. Just because of the Rock being used, I guess. It's a big commitment. Like, a really long cooldown, one of those long ones, 2.5 minutes on the CD of your chaotic offering.
Do you feel like maybe PuckChamp can do something about that? Like, it does look like they're posturing pretty aggressively to try and secure the rune.
Well, the problem is Storm is caught.
They're gonna make a goal on the Storm, yeah. Solar Guardian will come out now. Sanctity doesn't get the Remnant away in time. Alberca was already ready, anticipating the jump over to the right. Storm's got to be cautious. Nice reaction, zipping away before the roar from Boom.
Yeah, so why did that happen? That happened because your supports are level 5, both of them. And you do catch the Storm, but you just don't have the burst for him. You get punished heavily. Like, the Ember... I mean, he didn't have to die. Like, he could have still remnanted away, but he committed to the Storm kill, even though it was impossible. Especially with Solar Guardian. So they need to find levels, but they're rotating again.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of moves, and like... I can't imagine anything else happening. Like, I literally cannot imagine anything else. Like, what else can happen? Like, you're both level 5, and you are two heroes that desperately need level 6. It's not like you're an Enchantress level 5 rotating. You're like a Lion and an Ancient Apparition. I feel like in this situation, they should focus maybe on getting these level 6. Like, they need them. Everything changes once you get it.
Rubik might actually be in some trouble. It's the potential experience they need for Cubify to get that level 6 off the back of the kill. Remnant's going to be stolen, and 1J, he might be able to zip away. Sanctity really has to overcommit for it. Meanwhile, Lion steps over the river as well. Nice dodge. Panto not going to be able to hold him down with a rock.
Yeah, this rock might be put to some use. He's gonna farm with it, it seems. I think this is something that Warlock players, for quite some time, have started doing more. Like, you pop that rock and you just send it in the jungle. You don't leave it in the lane at all. It farms quite nicely. So, yeah, it's definitely a wasted rock, but he's gonna get like a wave or two at least. A creep camp or two, I mean.
Can it pick up bounties?
No, can't deny them, yeah.
Bottom, Boom. Jump in with the Solar Guardian, and a kill into the Beastmaster, slowing down the Helm of the Overlord. Just watching the Golem chase the Lion.
You can't kill him.
Big bear.
You literally can't kill him. He's way too tanky for a Lion. Lion does have a finger now, though. And you also have Ice Blast. Unfortunately, it is a bit late in the game that they got these two spells. But, you know, you can still make some plays.
Where is the play to be made? Are we looking potentially around the mid lane, considering this is maybe their next tower that they want to claim, or what are we wanting?
I think wherever Beast goes, like, or Ember, like, these two are your heroes that can set up. We'll see. I feel like now that they have these two ultis, anyone is a kill. Like, if you find Dragonite, he even went for Blink Maid Slayer, by the way. I like this a lot, like the adaptation. He didn't go for the arm with Mask of Madness. Like, arm with Mask of Madness, this game is very bad. Into Ancient Apparition, like, both of those items just get negated. So he adapts a little bit. This build doesn't deal nearly as much damage, unfortunately, but he's got two other cores that can scale very nicely. Like, you've got Dawnbreaker and Storm, so you can play this way.
Speaking of the Storm, very close to Sanctity for them to be able to pop. They're going to try and dump everything on him, and
Yep.
with the ultimates, they'll be successful. The rest of the Liga will be able to make it back to their high ground. Sanctity trying to poke, but going to be a little bit more hesitant to continue the chase. So nice smoke from PuckChamp. We see this time it's able to connect onto a pretty big kill.
Yeah, they didn't have the rock. If Panto has rock there, it was on 10-second cooldown. He probably breaks that smoke because breaks that gang because he was in a really good position. Yeah, it didn't work. Kaori, he might be just dead here. Yeah.
That he is, without a doubt by the looks of it. So a kill into some damage into the tower as well. Level 2 in the Elder Dragon form. 2,000 net worth lead for Liga. Relatively even. And Rubik's net, I mean, he's 5-1-2 on 1J. Okay, I mean, I guess that's why he's got so much gold.
He's just securing kills, you know, with Fade Bolt and Earth Spike. It's the classic Ruby gameplay. Cancels his TP. They want to go through the Twin Gate instead. It seems like. I'm actually.
Reward, though.
Yeah, they're definitely scouted. I'm happy for 1J that he's having a 5-1 game, and that he's playing a hero that's kind of fun for him to play. Because yesterday was a disaster. Like, he had a really bad time, and you know, it's important that you don't have too many games in succession in which you're doing badly. It can get to you.
Without a doubt. One person who's been very quiet this game, I don't even know if we've spoken about him that much, is Shadow on the Gyrocopter. He's got the Scepters, had it for a little bit now. BKB, next item of choice. And he's probably going to be required to go farm the triangle pretty shortly. Like, you maybe made these stacks for the Beastmaster, but Boom's only got 1 point in axes and wasn't able to farm this gigantic stack. He did try. DD in the river. Okay. Wait. Okay, I don't know how. What? I swear the Storm got it anyway.
Yeah, those stacks are for the Gyro, definitely. Especially because he went for Axe first. He's gonna TP there into the triangle, farm them. It's an interesting build. Like, nothing crazy. Scales a bit faster. Most gyros right now go for a crit first, then maybe Ags. Sometimes not even Ags afterwards. But like this, he's realizing that he can be the ultimate carry of this game. He's going straight into Ags BKB and he's ready to fight afterwards.
Do you like that we haven't seen him be active though, or do you feel like with how the early game is played, the fights didn't really enable him to be active? Because we have seen some Gyrocopters so far like get really involved.
Yeah, the fights are way too quick for him to be joining them. It's basically PuckChamp either burst the target down or they lose the fight. So Gyro, if he's there, he's not really helping. He's only gonna feed as well. He won't help burst someone down faster because the burst is already there, if that makes sense. They have an abundance of damage. They have even more damage than necessary. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. So getting that Gyro farmed up into the BKB, just making him tanky so that he can be like, with the Beastmaster, he can be the one that prolongs the fight and brings that sustained damage, I think is the right course of action.
Shadow's not hit a creep for about 30 seconds, so they're really concerned on where Liga are at the moment because no one is really revealed. You've got the Storm farming in the jungle, the DK and Warlock were playing at the triangle as well, not showing.
Oh,
will reveal themselves pretty shortly for the fight inside the river. Solar Guardian. Stun will not connect this time. Quicker fingers from Sanctity. Meanwhile, Boom's got to swing on over. They're going to hold down the Dragon Knight. Violent, everything dropped to get the kill, and they're going to be rewarded. Now they'll try and go for the wall. Like, they're going to be a little bit cautious, though. This Fatal Bonds has linked them all up. Even a 1J. 1J. You're a Rubik. You're not an Ember. You can't. Yeah, you sell the Remnant, but I don't know if you can play like an Ember.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I think he probably misclicked or wanted to remnant in and out. It definitely did not work, unfortunately, for him. And this is like the prime example. Gyro is fat enough to join these fights now with the Aghanims completed. BKB, of course, gonna make that even easier, and PuckChamp are... They're only 1k ahead, by the way. Everything considered, they're only 1k ahead. Not even, actually. The game is very even after that fight.
But that definitely was a big momentum boost there for the boys on PuckChamp. You're getting Shad involved. That's pretty much BKB completed. The next set of items are coming out. You've almost got Maelstrom on Sanctity. Your Boom's getting close to the Hood, I believe. So this could put them in a position where maybe they can look for Roshan. Apparently they've got a read of Mirage being down bottom. QFI is not going to be able to run into him, so
he's searching.
Mirage will find a little hole to TPR.
Yeah, he was searching, but couldn't. His nose was off. He couldn't smell the Storm Spirit.
If you're PuckChamp, do you just actually force Roche now, knowing Rock's on cooldown?
They have a very strong Rush team, so they might. Then again, a lot of these teams are being punished in the Rush pit fights. Oh, they jump with both on the... and the Dragon form is used.
Said we got the DD though, so Mirage gonna pick that one up. And it looks like Boom is currently trying to solo Roche as well. So they're just gonna let the Beastmaster do it. Everyone else is gonna start to move down to offer some assistance, and we see it looks like Liga want nothing to do with this Roshan. So they're just gonna, I guess, be happy with what they can get and find their farm across the map. Is this a Shad Aegis? Who would you like it on? He does get it. Are you would you prefer it on someone else, or are you happy with the Gyro getting the Aegis?
I think it's fine with the Gyro. Your beast doesn't have Aghanims. If he had the Ags, you could maybe argue for him. But without Ags, I feel like maybe it's better on Gyro. He's got BKB, he's got Ags, he's dealing a lot of damage right now. We got a Shard on, yeah, he's got the Imps. The minor Imps will spawn, yeah, from Upheaval.
Okay. Looks like they're going to be able to get their Tormy as well, so... Cubify now has his Aghanim Shard. Not as cool as the Imps. Not bad. Game is slowing down a little bit, but I imagine PuckChamp going to try and pick up the pace now. Pipe completed on Boom, and yeah, they're going to look to smoke if they connect with Sanctities underneath an Observer Ward, however, so... And yeah, Storm pings it out, so they've got a good idea that something is going on. Panto maybe just going to put his body on the line to pop the smoke, and he may actually get out as well. Nicely done from Panto.
Yeah, it was a cool play with the Glimmer, right? Like, goes in, breaks it. I'm surprised they didn't catch him. Like, they do have an Ember, but it's hard to just go head first into the high ground. I don't know, I feel like PuckChamp right now with the Sages should be able to pressure. Dragon Knight is kind of ready to fight, but this isn't the Dragon Knight that we've seen in the last couple of series. He might get caught here if he's not careful.
Violent.
Yeah, he's just creep skipping. Should be fine. But yeah, like the main point is this Dragon Knight isn't the right-click god Dragon Knight that we've seen in the last games. He's still strong, but the item build is very different.
Yes, it is without a doubt. I mean, I do kind of understand the reasoning behind it, and I mean, Sanjin Yasha, the status resistance, is going to have a lot of value this game as well. But you're, let's see, because you were mentioning you have some other cores that are going to be able to scale. Unfortunately for Mirage, he's really struggling. Well, not really struggling, but his lowest net worth out of the cores. The big thing is the Dawnbreaker. I mean, this is Sanjin Yasha's got Orbit Destruction as well, so your raw damage output's going to be pretty high, but you're still going to need some time to maybe pick up on the issues of lack of damage that we might get from the DK.
Yeah, they're giving up a lot of map control, like the tier 2 mid. Now they're rotating down
I
bottom.
want to get it back now, though. Violent. So
It's
I'm going
got
to
to
be
be
pop from Sanctity.
Can they fight with the smoke? Like, I wonder, because they did smoke, but no, they're not gonna. He is, like, look at Panto, by the way. That's kind of cool. Cute, cool, cute. I'm not sure. He doesn't really do anything, though, unfortunately. Maybe he can wait for the next wave, but they know. Look at Cubify. He's already here. Yeah, Panto, my friend. Your time's up. Your retting days are over.
Fortunately for him, they did not last very long. More Shadows trying to take it to tower. Yeah, I mean, like you said, Liga really giving up a lot of map control. You know, they tried to force it with the smoke, but just unfortunate that the person they run into is going to be the Ember. And now your second T2 tower of the game is going to drop.
Shad even taking so much damage on that tower. Willing to lose the Aegis, basically. It's 1 minute until it's reclaimed. Yeah, it's like, when you think about the teamfights and how they're played out, PuckChamp's draft is just so...
More Shadows trying to take it to tower. Yeah, I mean, like you said, Liga really giving up a lot of map control. You know, they tried to force it with the smoke, but just unfortunate that the person they run into is going to be the Ember. And now your second T2 tower of the game is going to drop.
Shad even taking so much damage on that tower. Willing to lose the Aegis, basically. It's 1 minute until it's reclaimed. Yeah, it's like, when you think about the teamfights and how they're played out, PuckChamp's draft is just so solid.
We'll do so at the last second. It's not a bad rock. Covering the retreat, so Violent's going to be back to the safety of his high ground. Aegis is out, keep in mind, for Shad as well, so he also has to respect the potential
Storm
from
is in.
Liga. Mirage, actually, an aggressive zip in. Wanting to go for Shad, they're going to have the Solar Gun in as well. Shad tries to run to the west, but he is cut down. And now Violence back in for revenge as well. They're going to hold Sanctity into place in Liga. They'll strike back in a big way. That's a triple for them. And 0 casualties in the mid lane.
It's crazy, like, how badly even that started for Liga. And they still take the fight. Just as I was praising how easy it takes to execute PuckChamp, unfortunately for PuckChamp, Ancient Apparition wasn't there. And without Ancient Apparition with the Frost Blast, you can't kill the Dragonite. Like, he's a major part of their team fight, but he wasn't... I'm not sure, he TP'd base or something? Was he dead before? He wasn't, right? Like, no one got him. He was very far away from the team, and... one of the main reasons why that teamfight looked so badly for them.
And you now give a gem over to Mirage. This is a lot of map control that you're going to lose. And this net worth lead is blown up. 5,000 now for Liga. And to go back to what you were saying before about like combo breakers, Panto's Rock was pretty decent. It helped Violent to be able to escape up the high ground. It gave them time to actually waste like the Gyro's BKB, and then Shad went too far forward. Mirage recognized that, instantly zipped in, and everyone else was also ready to go.
Yeah, what's crazy is it wasn't supposed to be like this big combo breaker. It was supposed to be a kill ulti, because Dragonite was the one initiating. He was the one trying to go in, but he got caught, he got roared, and they still didn't take that fight properly on PuckChamp. Like, Storm is in. Oh,
zip into the instant hex. Mirage didn't respect the instant control. And now damage dropped back onto the deck inside the river though. Sanctity with combination of Shad's going to be able to deal with one, but Alberca's in. And unfortunately, he is probably not making it out as well. Solar Guardian, I believe, was used to try and escape that small skirmish which was going on to the northern side, but he unfortunately didn't use it onto Violent, which was nowhere to be seen. He dipped out straight away when he saw it wasn't a good fight.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Storm, you probably need to pop that BKB a bit earlier if you're jumping on a Lion. Like, he got super punished. And this kind of a fight again, like, I guess no one has ease of execution anymore. I kinda said it's PuckChamp, but the fight prior to this one proved me wrong, and I feel like if you're Storm in that situation and you actually pop the BKB and you don't get hexed immediately, it's a different story.
Violent? They're gonna see him now. They're gonna be really perfect with their stun control. Gonna try and blow him up now. BKB activates the teleporter. They're gonna have the damage.
Nope.
Maybe a
He's fine,
smidge early.
Yeah. Maybe they went a bit too early, yeah, but they need a dagger on Lion. Cubify needs to get it. Like, he's getting closer to it, 1,000 gold away. Once you get that dagger, maybe the game is a bit easier when it comes to these kind of pick-offs.
DK's going into the dataless down though for violence, so is at least going to, I mean, some of your concerns, I suppose, around his damage output probably won't be there as much anymore once he's able to get this item. Just hit level 20 as well.
Yeah, I know I stated my concerns for damage, but they were kind of mitigated. Block the camp, yeah, good job.
And the Storm was setting up remnants too, and he pinged him.
Instant pings, yeah. Yeah, it happens. Basically, the damage that L1ga and Mirage are dealing, it mitigates that problem, right? Like, it makes it playable. The problem right now is the control, and they have to be very careful with their BKBs. Like, you're playing into... The trick is, you want a BKB first, right? But there's Roar, so it's not only about the BKBs, you need to find the right targets. Like, BKB killing the supports is great, but can you do that without being roared by Boom? Probably not. So they need to find a solution to that.
Work on smoke. Wonder if this is going to be able to claim the prize of Roshan. Sanctity is going to be able to hold the Dragon Knight back, and with the Ice Blast flying through this time, nice force stuff actually. Violent gets out of range, now with the turn with the Rock as well. Is it good enough? Ultimate to lay it down. They're going to try and dump everything onto Boom. They'll get the kill. Now turn to Sanctity next. Sanctity's okay though. This is an Ember with an Arcane Rune. He is dancing in and out, and maybe an opportunity for them. They've got the numbers advantage, and L1ga is going to do something crazy. Jumps over to try and deal with the Lion Storm Spirit, now held into place as well with the roots from Sanctity. They are spamming spells. This guy, he deserves a rampage. The spell casting from him with the Arcane, and it looks like he should be able to get it too. They'll be able to chase down L1ga. And the Dawnbreaker is not making it out of this one. Sanctity, he'll find the rampage. So much impact that we saw from him inside this massive team fight.
Yeah, hits them with a prepare for a lesson. Very well deserved. He's the one that set everything up as well. He's the one that broke the smoke. He's the one that caught Dragon Knight initially. Like, overall, he did everything in this team fight. Gyro was there, of course. When you look at those two big towers, like, he's the one that dealt the most damage after. Well, actually, even above Ember, but the control and all the mess that was happening, the chaos in that fight, all due to Sanctity.
And I think another thing to add is just his positioning this game has been really on point. Like, he's always the first person popping smokes, and we see they have a bit of a difficult time. I mean, you've got telekinesis, but Rubik is never going to be, you know, at the front of the smoke. It's maybe the DK, but even then we're seeing some difficulty with being able to catch him initially. So I think this is really big props to, like, Sanctity overall is always being that first point of contact, popping the smoke and making it really awkward on who Liga want to jump.
Yeah. I gotta say, Dragon Knight, by the way, lived for so long in that fight.
Yep. Force was good.
Yeah, it was like a nice idea from Liga as well. Bait on the DK, he's the tankiest one, and then combo break with Chaotic Offering, Fatal Bonds, and it looked good, but they just didn't have the amount of damage, and one of the reasons why they didn't have it is Boom. Like, they wasted a lot of their time healing him, and he's got all these auras, mid lane, another one. But yeah, the decision for Beastmaster to go BKB pipe is very good this game. Like now with the BKB, it's gonna be even harder to kill him.
Is it still a little bit concerning though with how close they were to killing the DK? Because I think if he didn't get forced right, he dies in that combo. I think the Ice Blast is going to connect. So is it still a little bit of a worry with like how close we are seeing this DK almost die?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, is it a bit concerning for PuckChamp, something, blah blah blah. But for Dragonite, it's definitely concerning. I mean, it's Omega concerning for Liga at the moment. But it's also for PuckChamp. They can't really play this game with pilot mode on, autopilot. Like they actually have to respect Liga, in my opinion.
For them, this high ground is going to be a difficult defense. And it dropped and tower claim. They're going to try though. Finally with the committal with the Elder Dragon form, Shad is just going to get out. This will at least keep their barracks alive though.
Yeah, Shad has the Satanic. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to take the full side immediately. He's very close to Daedalus. Like you can finish off the Daedalus and then go. It's a massive power spike in damage for Shad. It's not like they're lacking it at the moment, but the more the merrier.
Violent is okay. I was gonna say eyeing up Shad, but just wanted to shove the wave.
Just buying some extra time, but I'm not sure what for. Like when it comes to, of course you're trying to get the Aegis low enough, but that probably will not happen as Daedalus will be completed. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Quick fingers. And can't really be confident to BKB TP out. Worried about where Boom is. I think that he's going to be able to get into stuff. The Blink unfortunately won't be able to, and I think with that he should be out. Blink is going to get cancelled. Actually, Cubify gets the jump, and they got him. The long chase, they're going to be rewarded.
Yeah, he has no buyback. He spent all of his gold, and there is no buying back for you on Dawnbreaker. Like, he does have a BKB now, but they have a glyph, they don't, right? Yeah, they don't have a glyph as well. Let's see if they can defend without her.
The big thing is you don't have the banner, so it might make it... Oh, Shad might just lose his first life. Okay, that's a lot more damage than I was expecting.
You have to respect the imps. Shad, the imps.
Was it actually the imps that did a lot of the damage?
It wasn't.
Okay, no, you should... Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know. It was probably a bunch of crits. DK. Nice force. Shad is committed. Without the Aegis, he's going to have to respect them. BKBs, a lot of them use. Pretty much all of PuckChamp turned golden. And
they defended.
now they got to get out. So yes, exactly right. Defended is the base.
Yeah, like really nicely done. I mean, they didn't really commit anything big. I mean, sure, some ultimates, but no buybacks were necessary overall. Like, you're happy with that defense, considering the state of the game. And the fact that you didn't have the Dawnbreaker. Pretty good stuff.
Go back and look to get the Tormentor along with Wisdom. Who wants that one? I was going to pick it up. Shad getting pretty close to level 25 as well. Liga are actually going to smoke at them. And may run into Boom. Boom actually seems like he's aware of this. They're still going to be able to get the catch. It's a great target. Boom's really vital to the team fight. They're going to get the control in the lane as well. A smoke is going to work in League's favor. Now you've got the Raw stolen as well on L1ga. That was a great maneuver. Only 2 heroes were ready for PuckChamp. Everyone else was not at the triangle for that fight.
Yeah, the jump was solid. Like, they found the right targets. The Hex was way too late. He was already BKB'd. The Storm follow-up, everything. Even this, like you mentioned, the Roar being stolen is so good because he's got the level 15 talent, 25% spells cooldown, minus 25% that is. So, for you in Australia, that's 1/4 less. It's really good to have in these upcoming engagements. It might be game-changing even.
He's now dropping to a 6,000 net worth lead. It's shaping up to be a very close game one and a final day of the Eastern European qualifiers.
Yeah, I think we finally got to the stage where teams are very even. You can see it in this game as well. Both teams getting their full comfort zone and just duking it out. What's Shad building next? Like, he's just going for Butterfly, I guess. But this man is, I mean, you know, like, he's already basically 6-slotted. Only so much more he can do. One big item perhaps is from Boom. Like, he's about to finish AC. Not too bad. Aghanims, by the way, being purchased by Ember Spirit. He can finish it off right now if he wants to. Like, he's got enough gold. But then he'd have no buyback, of course. And you're playing into Roar. So, might be dangerous.
Yeah. And especially because the backline is really the target for the Ember Spirit too. He's looking to make as much chaos as he can, forcing out not the greatest rock on Panto and, you know, forcing the Rubik to not potentially be able to use the Force Staff to save someone through the raw Ice Blast combo. They're gonna smoke and run at them though. PuckChamp have the read that Liga are currently positioning to the southeast side of the map. Which is not a bad spot though.
Storm is gonna break this, but instantly.
Smoke rooted, yeah, has to use the BKB. Nice blink as well from the Lion. Gets away for the initiation. Now, are they able to retreat as a unit? Always ready with the Solar Guardian to join. There's the Solar Roar with the jump onto Sanctity. If they got any way to protect him, they do not. Sanctity's down. They're still gonna dump everything on the Dragon over the Ice Bolt and connect. Finally, they're gonna get the big Ancient Apparition Ultimate and all the AoE damage. They say goodbye. PuckChamp, even losing the Ember to start the fight, they will come out on top.
Absolutely instrumental that he had that buyback and that he didn't use his gold for Aghanims. 8,000 damage on the gyro. I guess the Roar was game changing, or at least teamfight changing, because you managed to kill the Ember. But in the future, maybe you should use it on the gyro. This guy needs to be controlled. Daedalus, Flak Cannon, that's too much to deal with. It needs to be said that they were kind of positioned really badly. Like, they didn't have good vision. They were running away. It wasn't the perfect scenario for Liga, and it was a fight in which Dragonite dies way too quickly after committing on Ember.
Felt a little forced, and unfortunately it's going to cost him pretty heavily.
It is defense of Storm with the fountain. Maybe he can do something, but this is two sides, it seems like.
He's gonna try.
He's Roar.
Actually, he's able to get the Roar out. The try is there, but try you're now in the grave.
He's got buyback. He just got buyback, by the way. As he farmed it down bottom, like he was waiting for that extra gold. He farmed just enough gold to have buyback, but it doesn't really matter. They don't really want to finish off the last set, it seems like. Is Rush up? It will be in 40 seconds, so... They're just... I don't know, the draft looks very well rounded, and they're executing it properly now once again. You jump in with Storm. I feel like if a hero is jumping in, he needs to be Lotus orbed. Like, Rubik has one, so if the Storm is jumping in, maybe this Lotus needs to be pre-casted on him. If it isn't, you're gonna get roared or hexed. Like, those two spells are very easy to use instantly. Look at the smoke action.
See if they're gonna be able to hold the buyback on the Storm Spirit. Last set of barracks. And we'll get the jump. Trying to chuck everything onto Shad. Is Shad killable? Shad, he might just turn on L1ga. Oh my god, this gyrocopter, man. Sanctity also deals with the Warlock. That's no Warlock for 65 seconds. Storm buys back, but instant Hex is there. They're going to be protected with the Solar Guardian, but the Solar Guardian might not be enough. The stun control. A dieback out of Mirage. Violent
buyback.
and L1ga, the last remaining. They do have some buybacks, I suppose. Maybe that's going to be enough to pretend to decent rock. Trying with the follow-up, but it's too difficult. Sanctity's slippery. He is out. Cubify's out as well.
Yeah, Jaru's coming back. They don't really have a lot of resources on the support, so maybe this buyback on Jaru is actually... If they defend, it's like a... Yeah, it's like... Look, I completely understand why he bought back. It was like a game-ending buyback, but everyone on his team had no resources, so they couldn't really end the game with him. And this buyback, in the end, is like it needs to be said bad, because now it gives an opportunity to Liga. It's like almost 0.5%. It's not even a 1%er here, but it's a hero that they might be able to, if they kill him, maybe something changes. Probably not. Actually, 6%. Damn.
And not long ago, there was 51% though. 5 minutes with the 40 mark, I think it was that. So this game is just it's gone so far into PuckChamp's favor.
Yeah, and now when they wait the rush to just join them, they're gonna get it. Shad can pick that one up. And he's gonna have 2 lives again, so the buyback won't really matter that much anymore.
Do we want the Scepter on as well?
Are they giving it to AA? Yeah. It seems like he's gonna use it, right? Yeah. It's the...
Over the Beast? Like, are we...
Wait, is he actually gonna... No way. They give it to Ember, okay. Because I was like, there is no way. I was going through his chilling touch, removes cooldown, and reduces mana, because there's no way he's taking that.
But why'd they give it to Ember? What is he gonna sell for this Scepter? Wait, hang on, what? I'm so confused.
Didn't Ember have it already? He didn't buy out.
Yeah, but I thought
he bought out. Oh wait, what's happening?
Oh, I am tripping. What?
I'm tripping as well. Wait, he has... If he drops...
Ate it.
He ate it.
I'm almost certain he ate it.
So he's just keeping the Rosh Aghanims in his inventory. Even though he has...
It doesn't... I don't know. I don't know. I swear I saw him eat it. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's interesting. I mean, he must feel like this next item... Whatever he sells with it is going to be impactful enough compared to the Beast. Regardless, potential last defense. So I mean, let's see what league he can pull out of the hat.
He's basically got the blessing and the stats from the normal Aghanim Scepter. That's what's happening right now, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, what are you going to be able to do to mount the defense on Liga? Violent. How can you find the opening as well? Because Shad, it's just, he's going to work. These towers have fallen. And they're going to need a response pretty quickly. 1 tier 4 down. Next is getting beat as well. It will actually look to back out. So, not wanting to force the issue that much by the looks of it.
It is scary, right? Like, now that you committed that buyback on Gyro, the game is... I mean, this game just might last extra 5 more minutes just for that buyback to come back off cooldown. I wouldn't be surprised if they just use this Aegis as a waiting one, because in some scenario in which you go in and you die with the Aegis and you die again, you might lose the game if you don't have the buyback. So maybe this is the most optimal play. Wait for the buyback. They're not going anywhere. They're playing versus Megas. You can let them simmer.
So while they are simmering, what are some of the thoughts that they're thinking of? Are we getting like some crazy, last-ditch attempt items? Like, is we looking at rapiers? We're looking at something.
Their thoughts are like, how did we end up here? When are they gonna push? Get me out. Those are the thoughts. They do have a refresher on DK, right? So double BKB and stuff is always nice.
Speaking
they might
of the
jump
DK,
him. Yeah.
And we've got to keep our eyes on the Rubik's location as well. And without a blink, he may be a bit far away to be able to get the force stuff onto Violent. I mean, Panto, I guess, has force as well, but have to see.
Nah, you see, they're ready. They're putting the Lotus already on the Dragonite.
Looks like it is Violent. Goes for the attempt on the Shad. They're going to drop the banner, so all or nothing here for PuckChamp. Thrones exposed, man. They're doing some damage to the buildings. They've got to commit. Violet will try, but this is the first life of Shad. Shad doesn't really care. It's kind of up to Mirage. Mirage needs to try and find an opening. They're going to drop the Rock, but Rock doesn't really do a whole lot. Instant Hex. It's perfect. They'll get the first stun. Is there going to be enough follow-up damage here? Mirage, he's okay. Gets back to the safety of the base. Meanwhile, Sanctity creating chaos in the backline, but I don't think it's going to matter. They are deep and controlling their territory. With the creeps and heroes going to work, G's are going to be forced out, and PuckChamp, they will strike first in our lower bracket finals.
Yeah, and when it comes to the items, by the way, Ember in the end did sell it and bought a refresher for himself, so he had that...
Then because they're greed, and then Liga, you think that this is... Their lineup is going to, I imagine, come online at that stage and really prove they have the strength compared to PuckChamp? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
Honestly, I'm looking at everything. I just don't like what I'm seeing from PuckChamp.
Really? Okay. I know, I like that. I like this lineup.
I mean, that's completely fine. That's why Dota is beautiful. Like, you can have two different takes on the same draft, and no one has to be completely right. It can be somewhere in the middle. Like, when I look at PuckChamp as well, I'm thinking about, like, how do you 1-2 combo in this game? Like, what exactly are the combos post-laning stage? How do you get easy pickoffs? How do you get easy kills? How do you open up the map? It all depends on the itemization as well, I guess.
So I think there can be a world where the map is incredibly difficult to play for Liga when you have Templar Assassin with... It would depend on Sanctity's item build, but I think still the Ag shot on this hero is absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
And with the Monkey King as well, like, I would really honestly like Shad to not go for a greedy build and get involved early.
He's going for greedy build. Like... No, the problem, what you're saying right now, is I can tell you already he's going for greedy build because he doesn't have Simeon Stride. He's got Wukong's Faithful, so...
Yeah, true. 1J?
1J? I mean, this is a good start. If you can kill him off. This is a great start.
Can they catch up to him? Unfortunately, there's a little bit speed with the boots, but Shad's able to cut through, and okay, well, that's not a bad start.
Absolutely.
I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and not having Simeon Stride. What I was kind of looking at was just the fact, like, your Blink TA with Shard and whatever the second item, if it's like Dragonlance, and you're just literally like running across the map with the Monkey King as well, then I would be like, what a Radiant do? Like, Storm can't play from behind, your supports need levels, your Enigma is cooldown reliant, but...
No, I honestly don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I can see some issues for both sides depending on how the lanes go. When it comes to bot lane as well, I feel like there is some volatility here. Like, on both sides, Lion can once again be pressured even harder, which he is at the moment.
End up going down. Panto getting very close to the possibility of finding that kill.
Very close, but not quite. Didn't get him.
I do want to, with top lane as well, we are seeing some lane dragging. What I wanted to say was the fact you had some questions on the Monkey Boundless and how they were going to be able to deal with the Eidolons. They literally just Boundless Fire-Spirited, and the Eidolons died instantly. 2 got denied, they got 1 last hit, but that's not really the point. The point is the fact, like, they were able to deal with them at that they died.
Yeah, so. That's very important, right? At least on the level 1 Eidolons, dealing with them Nyx has to do what he's doing right now, and they blocked like the hard camp, right? They blocked the hard camp with the Nob Sword, and they blocked the other hard camp with the sentry. So they're making sure
cool.
1J isn't really having the best time. Yeah, very cool. Like a good adaptation. Look at him. He's gonna go here and cry. Oh, actually finds the ward instead, and he's even happier now. He got that full XP.
Man, I don't know what's going on mid today or this series, but I do not think this is supposed to be this favored for the Storm. But Sanctity is getting kind of bodied. 9 and 4 compared to the 5 and 4. Maybe it's going to be different through the later levels, but I'm very surprised.
Yeah, Storm is a bit...
Bottom lane, who's going to be able to find first blood. Panto with the protection of the Dragon Cell. Looks like he's going to be okay. Ducks in. I mean, the damage I do not believe would have been enough with 1 point in the Shockwave, but missing means that this Self is going to get full value.
Yeah, Storm is definitely stronger than he used to be in 90% of these matchups. That's why people aren't picking these kind of counters to him, because they just don't work as well as they used to, and you don't crush him to the point of no return in which it justifies the hero that you're picking. But yeah, let's see what they can execute with this TA.
Lane, potential another kill. Cowrie. Looks like we'll go down. Alberca and 1J are going to be able to scout up the Phoenix, and the levels you see starting to come through. Nicely done. 2 points up with the Eidolons. 1J level 3 importantly. A little bit off the mark there with the skewer as well. We'll see how this Magnus performance is going to be too. We've seen some lackluster mag games so far. How much priority they're going to put over stacks. Looks like Cubify is going to start to make one. There is a Radiant Observer Ward already by the triangle, however, so they are aware. Don't know. Barrage also just gave away the ward that he had mid. I mean, it's about to expire in 35 seconds, I suppose, so...
Yeah, I'm just looking at... Everyone is just chilling bot lane.
Is this a kill? See if we give it their best crack. I mean, Violent's going to do a pretty good job to hold Boom back with the stun and just be some chip damage.
It's just so tanky. One of the hardest heroes to take down in the lane, right? Like, power treads and already sitting on over 1000 HP, but they are coming in with Phoenix as well. This should be a kill.
It will be. I don't... What happened to the Bow Rider? When did
He had
Panto
no TP.
TP base?
Yeah, he had no TP, so... He's,
Why did he base, though? Wait, unless I literally saw it and have forgotten.
got too low, I'm gonna assume. Saved himself with the TP, and... more often than not...
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thought he had a stun on the next.
Mirage? He's being hunted down by the lion.
It's been a little bit frustrating. Sanctity was thinking about coming over, but might now look for the kill onto Panto instead. Boom. Gonna be able to skewer them closer, and this will be a quick kill, and this is gonna be a stack they can farm as well. Never mind. Let's leave the stack.
Maybe
we're gonna
TA takes
stack
it.
it.
Yeah. TA gonna take it and take the minute 6 rune as well. Oh, they are taking over this Radiant jungle very nicely. This lion is creating a lot of issues just by being there, nothing more. Like, he's not really helping Magnus in the lane because he can't. Like, there is literally nothing that he can do there, but just by staying in this Radiant jungle so far, he's created some opportunities.
A nice early game from them so far.
Lion TP top.
Laning phase is looking good.
They wanna go on this Enigma.
They go pretty early before the Lion's there. See if it's going to cost them the kill in the end. 1J Nice split away. Still going to find the angle for the double stun. L1ga might tick out of the Fire Spirit, but damage isn't going to be enough, so L1ga's okay. Nicely done from 1J.
Like, the problem with this hero is, like, you have to be very careful how you commit. He's got boots and drums. He didn't even have boots. He had only drums. But now he has got boots and drums. Like, if you go too early, you're not killing him. Enigma is way too quick. Turns on with Malefice and that's it. You're missing a kill that was probably easy if you just waited for the Lion.
Seeing a decent amount of damage bottom. Meanwhile, top lane actually 1J. So they don't get the kill into the Enigma, but they will get the Nyx Assassin. Pretty high level for the Nyx as well at this stage of the game. Already 5, but bottom is what I wanted to mention though. This tower is taking a lot of damage. They've got Catapult still to work with as well. Boom's going to be able to drag the wave. So they will not continue to get a decent amount of damage into the tower. Falling pretty low though, under 400 health.
Yeah, why did Panto move through? Like, I was thinking he's gonna use the sentry to block the Ancients, but doesn't really do that. Just kind of makes a circle around it. Interesting. Storm is finally getting some levels as well and some free space. The moment I say that, though, Lion is kind of thinking about going there.
Trying to make this not an entirely fun game for Mirage. Cubify will want to run into Mirage, who doesn't have a lot of mana. Wait, even Shad's here. Monkey King looking to try and make a rotation. Trap Slow is going to be there. I have the Primal as well to hold him back. Earth Spike up in a couple of seconds. Cubify will have it not even needed, in fact.
That's a really cool rotation. A really cool rotation from Shad, because he understands Enigma has 6 as well, so top lane isn't too safe for him. Instead he moves. I wasn't sure if he's gonna be making these moves, but he's actually going for Gleipnir anyway, so we will see a Monkey King that's actually active, and my worries might be unjustified about them not being able to play this part of the game quickly enough.
How are they going to be able to address top, though? Because it does look like Shad's coming through the portal. Panto's going to run into the Monkey King. Instant TP from Cubify. Off the mark with the Boundless, however, so Panto might actually be able to dip out. And they're actually looking to fight. Violent even comes through the portal as well, so they're ready to go. Like you said, still top lane. Not very safe for PuckChamp to be with the Black Hole, and even the Nyx early Vendetta before that 10-minute mark. Should be able to get Cubify. Nice quick Hex. They're going to drop the Wukongs to maybe offer some protection, but unfortunately that is not going to be enough to keep him alive. There are a lot of core movement. Sanctity is even in this top lane, so it's pretty much all 5 heroes from PuckChamp. Panto is going to make him work for the kill, but only a couple of seconds stalled out.
Yeah, even Dragonite rotated in, but he moved. As soon as he saw all 5 heroes, he noped out and moved through the Twin Gate. But nice little punishment. Like, they lose the Lion in the end, but they do get 2 kills as return. They lose the some damage on the tier 1 tower top, but they still defend. Overall, I think they should be satisfied with the exchange. TA is getting closer. Like, Sanctity is almost there, basically. He has a Blink Dagger if he wants to buy it, and he does. He's gotten, I believe, like every single rune in this game so far. I was
just gonna say that. Yeah, I was literally just gonna say that. Like, Storm, unfortunately, not getting another rune. Still no level 6 on Kara, but he might get it by this defense. 30 experience away. Looks like he should. And they are smoking top as well, so they're wanting to fight. Blink Arcane Rune at the ready from the Templar Assassin. Mirage is even here as well. Still not the 6 on the Phoenix.
It's not in range. Like, he's moving too far away. He's too worried. Now he gets it.
Alright, they'll get the stun onto the Nyx Assassin. Sanctity, I mean, you're not going to be able to deal with the Templar Assassin. This guy, he can freely jump into the middle. Boom tries to walk in, but these are both ultimates now wasted, and you lost 1 hero as well.
Oh, that's not pretty. That's not a pretty setup right there. RP and Egg. The tower, look at Kaori. He's just trying to deny top now. He knows there's no defending anymore. Just hits it Yeah, denied. Ah, doesn't even get it. Feels bad, man. Everything that could go wrong in that fight kinda did. And now they smoke up. On the other side,
see
Enigma and
Sanctity?
Bat, yep.
So the river, finally they're going to try and secure the power room, but it'll be down bottom. Oh, the 50-50, man.
It's so unfortunate.
Still has got to be cautious, though. First stun leads in. Cupify's going to be in a pretty decent position to stop the black hole, but it just doesn't matter in the end. Like, they have at least too overwhelming amount of numbers to be able to go through the refraction.
Gaben tried to help him. Like, Gabe was like, here you go, it's the bottom rune, run away now. Run away. He still went in, got punished for it. I guess it's because he got the DD, right? Like, he gets the DD and he thinks he can get something there, but gets punished. Mag also almost has a blink, so these RPs might be a bit easier to execute from this point onwards.
Back to Hofer. Unfortunately, Lion's still quite a way until he's going to get the level 6 too. So back-to-back games where Cupify is really having a difficult time to be able to find the experience across the map. I think his early game movements, like you were highlighting, Shad. It's a nice solo kill into Pando. The laning phase movements, like you were highlighting, were quite frustrating for Mirage with the line constantly bullying him. But you know, we are seeing that pay the price now in regards to his experience.
It's something that I've noticed in both of these games, though. Like, they are very slow when it comes to getting the experience on the two supports. They're making a lot of moves, not really being greedy at all in the lane. And not even sapping the experience when the Ancients are being taken. 1J is scouted here, like, they know. It's gonna run into the sentry.
Oh, they up him. That is your blink reveal, but okay. You shut down 1J. I guess you don't want to give him free kills to get him towards the Dagon. We saw yesterday what could happen. Sanctity also find a second freebie.
Yeah, the double damage. I actually don't mind it. Like, seeing these RPs being used this way, I am completely fine with that. Like, this early on in the game, 14 minutes in, like, there is nothing to save it for. Just get the support kill, get any sort of a kill. As long as it's not Eidolons that you're RPing, I think you're fine.
Now, do we like this item build from Boom, though? This is a Lincoln's queued up. We've seen pretty much... It's only been, let's just say 95% of the time, it's been like BKB Scepter that we're getting out of the mag.
It's a bit different, but you are universal, so Lincoln's isn't the worst item on universal heroes, you know, like, you get a lot of damage from it too, but at the same time, yeah, I'd rather probably see something different. You're picking Lincolns into a lot of heroes, and there's a lot of reasons why it's good, but sometimes when there's a lot of reasons why it's good, it's kind of bad, because they have multiple ways of breaking it. It's like a Mind Flare, there's like Storm, there's DK Stun, there's Batrider jumping in, Malefice as well. A lot of single target abilities that can be used.
Radiant looking to try and make a play once again. Shad is going to read this accordingly. Be able to dance in and out of the trees, getting relatively close to the Gleipnir as well. Did 1J? Okay, well, 1J knows a good idea of where he is currently. A lot of time wasted, though. I mean, this is 4 Radiant heroes. I mean, Violent is really picking up the farm with the Monkey King, but they kind of look uncertain of where to go on Liga. Gonna potentially run through the portal, but yeah, I mean, they were just kind of going back and forth. So we'll see if the smoke from PuckChamp, if theirs will work in their favor. They still have this Observe Ward. Radiant knew about the location, didn't get the D Ward, and now they're going to try and look for the jump. Boom again. Another RP will miss. It may not be too big of a price, however. You'll get the kill onto the Enigma before he's able to spell cast. Meanwhile, down to the south, the Dying Breath finger was out there for the Lions, so maybe that's going to assist with catching up to Mirage, and boom. Okay, you missed the RP, but you make sure you're going to be able to catch up to the escape of the Storm Spirit. So in the end,
Yep.
it's fine. PuckChamp, they find 3.
You know what? Like, I'm just wondering now, how wrong was I that even with all their spells being missed, they're winning these skirmishes? How wrong was my read on the game? But right now, I feel like the biggest issue that they are having is this Nyx Assassin being shut down completely. Like, he's not finding any moves, and then there's no, like, 1-2 follow-ups. Like, Nyx Assassin finds someone, there's a bat, there's maybe a storm. Instead, they're the ones being gone on, and it's working so nicely for PuckChamp when they're the ones setting the pace of the game.
And I feel like that pace, I'm really hoping it ramps up now. Aghanim Shard getting delivered from Sanctity, Gleipnir completed for the Monkey King. I want to see them fight. Boom.
Boom.
That was... Yeah, you're not getting out of this one. And the rest of the team, they know. And unfortunately, Kaori almost getting caught. Maybe they'll get Cubify. They're kind of playing behind the Lion. They've still got their ultimates to work with, and the Lion does a great job to bait. They run up to the high ground where PuckChamp was set up and waiting, and Violent really isn't able to get involved in that team fight.
Yeah, they rescued themselves so nicely. Sure, you'd lose the offlane, but that could have been much, much worse. L1ga needs to start using this black hole, I feel like. That's another thing that I'm not seeing
Can't
from
they kill
Radiant.
the DK? They had the Sunray up, surely. Can he really be playing as aggressively as what he is currently? They're going to see the Storm try and zip him, but it doesn't cancel the Sunray on Kaori. Now the Supernova's going to be there as well. Shad, he'll stay alive. Oh, the last little bit damage is enough, but... that's crazy. What's going on? I mean, yeah, okay, Mirage gets a massive streak from Shad, but just not giving the respect to PuckChamp.
Yeah, kind of worth it for him, not worth it for anyone else. By the way, what's happening here is very peculiar. Like, Kaori maxed out. That dies again. Yeah, Kaori maxed out Sunray. That's the reason why we're seeing these fights go as well as they are for PuckChamp. One of the main differences that you see from Phoenix usually at the moment, and this one, is that Phoenixes at the moment usually max out Icarus Dive for the range. Like, it's much nicer when you have that range, so you can get in and out of fights. The cooldown is also much, much better. But the maxed out Sunray and the Shard instantly on the Phoenix is doing all the work versus the Dragonite.
Oh, man, the patience mid lane almost pays off. Enigma was very close. Stepping a bit too far forward. Not going to be able to get that catch. 5,000 net worth lead, getting some real big items picked up. They have not even looked towards Roshan as well for PuckChamp. They may now. T1 Tau could be a big objective into leading that into Roche. It's going to be a great observer board for them to play with. They're going to see Panto along with L1ga pretty shortly. But they need more. Shad's going to try and start. Got to be cautious about grouping up into the black hole. Shad hasn't been able to cast his ultimate just yet, and this is getting a little bit chaotic with the black hole. It just gets cancelled instantly. It'll be a second death potentially, or will it? Again, this Sunray Kaori. He's going to be able to keep Shad alive. He is fine for the moment. Long zip in over the top. Shad still in some danger. Finally, Mirage is going to be able to get the finishing blowout. And up PuckChamp, it's looking pretty bad for them. They are in the opposite side of the map where they want to be in. It's going to be up for the Sanctity if he's going to be able to turn it. They'll try and take the fight around this Supernova, and it's going to favor the Mirage out to Mena and soon to be killed off. They're going to get a glimpse of Panto over to the right side as well. Boom. He'll jump over to finish the kill. Now, I don't know if my Violet will look for the kill into Phoenix. Kaori still has the dive.
L1ga is back, so he's been... This fight has gone on for so long that the Enigma is actually back and able to finish off the Phoenix. I don't know, in the end, who does that fight even benefit? It's kind of better, I guess, for Liga. It's because the Dragonite didn't die. He got some more gold as well. Look at Phoenix. Almost 5,000 damage on the Phoenix. Like, ridiculous. But Boom kind of redeemed himself as well in that fight. The instant disable on the black hole, saving the Monkey King a little bit longer. They couldn't completely save him, but at least they got some extra kills due to Shad surviving. Shad is buying Lincolns, by the way, as well. So they're like Team Lincolns on PuckChamp.
Okay, well, let's see. It's a lot of AoE stuns for Liga to play with as well. How do you address the Phoenix? Because like you said, I mean, KO just had all the damage he did in that previous fight, and...
The way
nice
is this. On paper, this should be the way, but it isn't working. On paper, you address him by having the next assassin find him as the fight starts, and then you follow up with Storm. Like, you do have ways of just instantly zipping in and out. The problem is, like, these moves by next assassin, there is no follow-up and no possible follow-up. Like, the places where he's being caught, it's like, at best he's just giving info. It's not like there's a method. Like, the trick with Nyx assassin is to have a hero that can follow up your moves if you can't get instant kills on your own. And right now they just don't have that. Like, Storm Spirit is too far. They need to choose these Vendetta plays a bit more carefully, I feel like.
Yep. And honestly, I mean, Carrot is quite tanky. 2000 health.
Mm-hmm.
Solar Crest, Fluffy Hat, bunch of stats, even Specialist already as well. So, it's not like he's an easy kill though. It will take maybe an extra second, which could buy some time for at least maybe you get the kill on Kaori, but maybe it's just going to take you a little bit too long, and then the rest of PuckChamp can punish them for that. They've got the Aegis now to work with. They're going to instantly smoke as well. We'll look to see where they want to go. Where are they actually looking to try and go? Lane's aren't in a greatest position at the moment. 1J there. We'll see the Nyx assassin scurrying across the map, and we're going to have some heroes nearby as well to be able to get a 7th death of the game onto 1J. So this is kind of reminiscent of what we saw yesterday from him, unfortunately.
Yep. A rough one. He's got the... By the way, where's the gem on their side? Is it... It's on the DK, okay.
Shadow and Violent has one, yeah.
Yeah. Like, every time you're playing Nyx, it's really important to have some good vision. And that good vision in this game starts by killing off the traps. And the traps are literally everywhere on the Radiant side of the map. So, as the combo of having like a trap and a sentry nearby is good enough to guess where Nyx assassin is going.
Are they going to stop the siege? What do you do? I mean, Panto, potential Blink Lasso, but you've got Lincoln's given a multiple over boom. Along with Shad can protect Sanctity, so...
Yeah, as long as Sanctity is the one, right? Like, he's the one that needs to be only hitting and that's it. Everyone else behind him, I think you're safe because they can't commit Black Hole on an Aegis target. As long as you're not caught on like Monkey or Mag. I think it's kind of hard for Liga to start a fight there.
That going on, Alberca does get the tier 2 tower top. A little bit of farm as well for the Enigma. Still quite a way until he's able to find the BKB, unfortunately. And you are going to be playing into a DD as well from Sanctity. Doesn't bottle it. Have this duration now to try and claim the tier 2 tower. Radiant are kind of grouped up at the moment to maybe mount a defense. Actually, not here with the boys.
Yeah, there's the double damage on TA. Monkey will show top. The moment this happens, maybe that gives like some opening, but your dragon form is on 40 seconds cooldown. Yeah, Liga, they're just not finding any ways of playing this game right now. And I'm not sure what the next step is. Like, you have a BKB on Mirage, right? Like, he's got the BKB, but who's your target? Your target has to be the Lion, I guess. It's a bit harder for PuckChamp to catch the Storm this game than it was in the last one. Last one they had like Lion into Roar. Oh, 1J.
Fair enough, dude. It's Nick's assassin just like shut him down. Just RP him. Okay.
I think it's massive for them. Like this Nyx assassin is a huge part of how they want to play the game. Killing him off and breaking his movements is basically just making Liga, I don't know, armless. Like they can't play the game properly.
You never got a game where it was Nyx and Storm hunting, which is something we can see, like Spirits using the Nyx's like vision to be able to then get zips and find these easy kills. We're just not seeing that, and they might even get more kills. There's a lot of Liga grouped up bottom though, and Dire aren't all here together.
They don't have RP.
See Shad in the tree line, but the instant Hex Cubify, he's going to prevent the lasso. Shad's not messing around as well. Wukong's, just in case anyone there is ready as well to maybe force that fight of the secret shop.
Yeah, they've got a lot of items on Dragonite now. He's a very big boy, but this was probably one of those situations where it was possible for Liga to fight and they still didn't manage to execute it.
Sanctity? Okay. Sorry, continue.
Nothing. Like Aegis will be reclaimed. Sanctity is losing it in 5 seconds, so maybe that opens up a possible approach to these fights, because you don't have to be that careful with a black hole anymore. But in general, Liga, they gave up way too much of the map.
It's again Battle Rider running up into a choke point. Traps and wards. Give them all the information they need. They might be able to get 1J2. It seemed like Shad was maybe making a beeline to top, but they want to try and crack the high ground potentially.
Yeah, Liga right now feel like they aren't really making any calls in the game. Or if they are, they're just wrong ones, or they're not working. These traps are ruining them.
Well, what do we feel like what it actually went wrong in the early game then?
It's
like,
just
did some things go wrong
Nixon,
or Puck just
Nyx and Storm never connecting, never making a proper move. Really good plays by PuckChamp, like really good defensive maneuvers with maxed out Sunray and Pavis. Nyx again.
No way. It's an ambitious finger.
He's trying to climb. He's trying to leave the game.
He wants out. Unlucky one, Jet. A tough one. 10,000 gold. Hopes to make it to the grand finals. It's not in a good position with a victory here, PuckChamp. This would be 6 wins in a row. You tried to take out their comfort that they've been having success with. They found some other heroes to fall back on. And they are going to stop 1J by the looks of it from getting the wisdom room as well.
Oh, he might kill Snipe. Oh, they know now. They know now. 1J. Oh no. Oh no. That's...
Oh my god. Bro, he wants out of this game.
Yep. That's just so sad. That's very sad right there.
Oh
like,
god.
Because it's not really that hard of a kill as well. You use Spike Carapace around Phoenix if you can get close enough. He gets hit by Dying Light, it procs it, or... You know, like, you can actually make the kill and do the trade 1-for-1, but he didn't have enough mana as well to work with. It, just everything is wrong, you know? Like, sometimes Gaben just doesn't allow you to have a good time in Dota.
It's one of those games.
Yep.
Unfortunately, if you do not turn it in this team fight, it's going to get rougher and rougher. Roshan potentially... Okay, it's going to be a 2-minute spawn.
They've got Arcane Rune as well in Storm.
Okay, not bad.
You know, like, there's Arcane Rune, and then on top of that, the innate of Enigma. Wait, no.
This black hole got to go crazy.
Let's see.
Sanctity. That position. Violent to cover the smoke. They're going to get the jump. Nice reactions. Again from Cubify. Multiple times we've seen his blink has been just fast enough to prevent the initiation. How are they going to deal with the vision? Both sides laying some wards down. Luckily for Liga, they have another smoke to work with. L1ga, can he find the angle? Enigma must go huge for Liga. Oh, they're going to get the jump though. They feel like Panto is away from the team. They're going to jump the Phoenix. This is different. Now the Black Hole's onto 2 as well. Finally! We get a different look at Liga, but it's not going to matter. Shad gets 1 and they are
They're going
out.
back in.
Are they out? Mirage is actually in. So Enigma cancels his TP. The stun on the jump in from Violent as well into the
RP's
RP
massive.
Supernova. Oh, boom! What have you done to them?
Oh, the buyback from Boom. This man redeemed every missed skewer, every missed RP in this game with that one movement right there. Oh, it finally, like, this is the... You know what, like, after looking at this team fight, you have to feel kind of bad for Liga because they had what it took, like, they just needed to execute a bit better. It isn't a draft, it isn't like anything else, it's basically execution that was lackluster through the game. And unfortunately, yeah, they do get a decentish fight in which they force a couple of buybacks, but it still isn't enough. They don't kill off the Monkey King and they're probably losing a side here, at least.
Yeah, it's scary though if that's like, finally we see the perfect fight for them. Kill the Phoenix first, decent Black Hole, and then that is the result to the end. Like, that has to be so demoralizing.
They don't get the full side. Magnus wasn't hitting, so Storm is now back up. Still demoralizing, but all things considered, maybe not the worst for Liga. As long as they don't lose this rush, which they will. I don't see how they contest it. They don't have Black Hole for another minute. They are smoking up though, so they will attempt.
So what are we going to have by then? RP and Supernova both up in 25 seconds.
Are they here on time?
Yeah,
I don't think so as well. This rush will be claimed. The only question is, do they want to fight anyway? It seems like they want to.
Call. Ultimates on PuckChamp, they are up. And Jay's away from the team as well, trying to scout, trying to give them information. They're going to see Kaori. So that be the recipe for success. Boom, it's just, alright, again, screw the Nyx Assassin. Get him out of the equation. Meanwhile, Sanctity is away from the team, but he's got ages. Sanctity has that second life. Yes, you're going to be able to deal with it. Black Hole counter on cooldown for 15 seconds. Can they kite the fight long enough? Or they might lose the Nyx Assassin once again. That's an instant dieback from him. It's all on L1ga. 5 seconds for the Black Hole. They're going to be able to deal with the Phoenix by the look of it. Phoenix gets a bunch of health back. It will not matter. Violent is dropping as well. L1ga's going to go in for the combo. Mirage is at least there for the damage. His might be good for Shad. It's not enough. Shad's still alive. Finally, the finishing blow will come out, but it just took too long.
Panto should fall here as well, right? Yeah,
No.
That's the wipe. That's the wipe with a dieback on Nyx. Just once again, the way the fight starts is so off. Like, Nyx Assassin breaks his own smoke there, even though he wasn't even in Vendetta. So they see him, and then he uses Vendetta. He buybacks, dies instantly afterwards. The rest of the fight, like, the Black Hole looked nice, but the cooldowns weren't there. That's the biggest issue. Like, out of everything, like, the cooldowns were just, like, they forced this fight without having these massive spells online on time. The buyback from Lion, of course, as well needs to be commended. Cubify getting there in time to kill off the Storm, help out the team.
Alright. 3-4 sets of barracks. It's going to be the casualty. Big damage into the economy. 22,000. What's the probability looking like? 11%.
Yeah, the high ground defense, right? Like the 11% with the Enigma. And you have the Black Hole still. You have the Lasso. don't have a lot of items. Maybe if the bat had at least like a 4-staff so he can blink in, force someone on the high ground with the lasso, but they don't have that at the moment.
I don't know, man. How you winning the fights with Boom now having Refresher and Aeon Disc on Phoenix? This is some really big items that you're getting completed. Sorry, Swift Blink as well on Sanctity.
Yep. They're just, they have everything they need. This the main issue for Liga was how do they win the team fights, and killing off these like squishier supports was the way. Right now with the Aeon Disc that you mentioned, it's almost impossible.
Panto's looking for the jump. Yeah, not going to be able to find it. They're doing a really good job to put Sanctity first and protecting him with the Lincolns. I'm going to use the Wukongs as well to enable him to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's a victory, right? Like, that's a small W, but it is one. You can wait out like a minute to get the Wukong's command and literally do the same thing again. The difference will be, though, there will be a black hole. And by the way, this Dragon Knight actually dishes out insane amount of damage with the Bloodthorn. If he can get on top of you, it's a dangerous dragon. He needs that control from his team, though. They need to be controlled up.
Desperately. They are hauled inside the base and will not be coming out anytime soon. Wisdom claim for Shad, getting him closer towards that ultimate last talent for him in the 25. They are gearing up to potentially go once again. The traps that are littered down. Okay, we're already kind of, well, not close, but one level away from 20, but I don't think we're going to see that with this potential last fight. Buyback status only in the Enigma. There's buyback available. We'll try again. Lincoln's pop. Oh my god, look at the damage, dude. Okay. So they tried to come up with a strategy to deal with Sanctity, to pop the Lincolns, go for the lasso. They're gonna go for a second one. This is plan B, but the plan B just... It's not as...
That's game.
It's
they
not really good enough.
Yeah, they just instantly called it.
Just as bad as... Ah, unlucky.
Very well deserved. What to say? PuckChamp honestly outplayed them. It was a little bit of the draft as well, but mostly, in my opinion, the way I saw this game, it was all about